Polito family twinstable.
What?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Vincent, no!
Okay, I've never
Hell no.
excommunicated somebody from Polito, but I'm getting close.
I'm walking. Yeah.
Okay, I need eye bleach.
That's my brother's hang around. He can deal with that.
We're soaking? What the hell's going on?
Oh my god, no!
Soaking
I
family
hate that
sounds
that's the
exactly
last
like
thing
something
I
else
heard.
would do. This checks out, actually.
Hell, why?
That can be the last thing you hear is just Sean screaming and suffering.
No. Yeah. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Okay.
And how are you? Were you racing, I assume?
Yeah.
Oh, I miss racing.
That was okay. I oceaned up my car.
Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really nice. Talk about clothes being dried, and then Vince and I got on this whole weird topic, and I said,
Related to
something-
that?
I said, well, see, here's my thing, right? Because I don't know tracks very well, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do one once, and like, learn them, right? I said, as long as I don't DNF, and he heard something else, and then
What, DTF? Is that what he heard?
No, I don't even remember what he said.
Oh.
But yeah, he. Then we talked about being wet, and then full sending it, and then I full sent it, and then yeah, I don't know. It's the whole spiel.
See, my problem wasn't that I would ocean dump my vehicle, because I raced bikes. The problem
Yeah.
was getting launched off them.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
anytime, like, back when I raced, the motorcycle community was great. And if you launched off your bike, the next person to come along would scoop you up, put you on the back of their bike, and take you to the finish, and then take you to the hospital. I think there's a small cliff. So I have to go this way.
Well, then Liam came up and he was like, "Can I save it?" And I was like, "I don't think
Of
so."
course he
and I
did.
jumped back
He
in,
loves towing.
and I was like, "Yeah, that's a local thing. That
Yeah, they'll probably get it back to you in the morning.
yeah." They did it really well with the Stratum, I guess. Don't get
And I
that,
think they have
so.
to go this way to not just go crashing down off the edge. I was gonna get back into racing, but cops hit things too hard that I feel like they would love to just slap a felony on me and make me lose my job.
Yeah. Well, we did one in Sandy, and I was afraid the cops over there were gonna, make that a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Did you get response? Because there was a response the other night, but I
No.
think it's because of Gemma's warrant.
No, the first one we did, there was cops, but I think they were chasing something else.
Oh.
Because they would get on us, and I think they realized what they were doing, and they were like, "We're picking our battles today."
Fair.
And there was as many of us today.
There was a club race I was passenger princessing for, and we all got to the finish, which was at Alta, like the old Alta apartments, and
yeah.
we heard sirens getting closer and closer, and we're like, "There's no fucking way." And then Gemma pulls up and she goes, "I brought friends," and she keeps going. It's always fucking Gemma.
It's fine.
Well, it sounds like you've had a fun day at least.
I did.
Good. Do you race a lot?
I need to be better at driving, so basically that's the only reason I'm doing it.
You're racing to teach yourself to drive?
Yes.
Oh.
Because I don't know turns. I don't know, like, it's learning how to slow down when you need to slow down, all that stuff, you know?
When to let momentum happen, when to just use the brake?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I know the club has some good drivers if that's something that you'd be interested in getting help from.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of them helping. Paisley doubts herself too much. I think she is a really good teacher, and she's like, "Did that help?" And I'm like, "Yes," because her brain works very similar to mine.
Yeah, I do know that Paisley's not the best driver, but she's not bad.
No.
My dad's a ranger, and I'll hang out with him and I'll ride along with him a lot. And one night we actually chased Paisley. First it was as Malcolm as the driver. And then the second time she baited us by calling me and being like, maybe I'm making a withdrawal at the comic book shop, you know? I could be. And my dad was like, that's bait, get in the car. And then we found her and she was like, well, I'm the one driving. And then we could hear her like saying lessons to herself. Like at one point she went down an alley and we could hear her going, don't know, don't go, don't know, don't go, don't know, don't go, fuck! And she
Yeah,
did it
yeah.
again. But she did lose him because she took a jump that apparently the Aleutian couldn't take. So he was like, you know what? Impressed.
Yeah.
The funniest part, I think, was the fact that, so one of my other brothers is highway patrol, and he was in the car as well. And the both of them were giving her advice over the speaker on the car. Like, no, see, what you should have done when you got here was this.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Yeah. My dad and my brother are some of the good ones. Like, I know the establishment of cops is terrible, but every now and then there's some that's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Are you feeling tired? Is that why you were wondering if I was
no,
getting tired?
no. I just didn't want to push you, like if you wanted to hang out and chat or whatever.
Oh, no, I'd love to. I mean, I didn't have to do any life-saving surgeries today, so I'm good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Also doing okay?
yeah, he's doing, I mean, I want to say he's doing great, but, like, he's alive, and his fever's broken, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm just walking. I don't have, like, a destination
Oh.
in mind.
Okay.
Yeah. You
That's
can take
fair,
the lead
that's
at some point if you want. I'm literally just,
Mm.
like, whatever. He lost 60 pounds in, like, 2 weeks, though, so that's
Oh.
concerning. You gotta fatten that
Yeah.
man back up. He'll be okay, I'm sure. But he'll get there. Right now it's just recovery. I mean, the drugs are almost out of his system.
Oh, did he have drugs in him?
So many.
Mm.
Yeah, he was overdosing like hell in the process of all of it, so
Gotcha.
yeah, that's fine. You don't really want to talk about it right now. It's not really happy stuff, so
So what would you like to talk about?
anything that's not sad stuff?
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. So you
So-
liked the idea of a date, huh?
I did.
Okay.
So what
That-
vibes are we feeling? Cozy? Like,
Oh, I'm always down for
Nice.
cozy.
okay.
I think I default to cozy if I can't think of any other vibes.
Yeah.
Mm. We can sit by the fire if you want.
Sure.
Maybe on the log, so it's not just like... Somebody uses this to cook? Okay.
It's actually smart.
Yeah. I've got one of these at my camper. Sean built it for me. And then he surrounded it with stacks of concrete blocks saying, because I fucking know you.
Oh.
Yeah. Which, you know,
Yeah.
that's crazy because I used to start every morning dancing beside a little campfire with a radio as like a morning workout. And I only fell into the fire one time an entire year. And that was a weird one.
Well, that's smart that he put the accident prone
Can't believe
gate up
this.
there. Because I would do that too, and I would call it that.
Yeah, the accident prone gate.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because you're like, ooh, I'm just gonna warm up my toes really quick, and then, boom, engulfed in flames.
Yeah. I used to be a chief of EMS, and something that we used to do for the fire department was the fire safety of a new structure. And we also had a training facility that one of my sisters made. And it was made to look like the pizza restaurant that was really popular, but was also really frequently, hey, we've got another one, because they had a fire brick oven. And she had a replica of it, surrounded with glass walls, and a couple of the other EMS came over to see it with some doctors. And I stood behind the glass wall as they approached it going, oh, it's fireproof? And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And they got close, and all of a sudden, one of them was screaming and running away into another one that ran into my sister, who didn't even have time to walk away. She just turned and collapsed. And suddenly there were 3 Bravos back to back to back, and my sister's husband went over radio and went, they went into the oven, didn't they? Because he knew what she'd built. It was great. Mm. Good times, but I'm not keen to repeat them.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm much happier with my vet work than when I was EMS.
Yeah. From what I've seen, I don't think I would ever want to do anything in the medical or like police side of things, just because they do too much shit, and I don't know. I mean, I know there's good ones, but there's also a lot that don't do what they should, in my opinion.
My dad frequently calls them pussies.
Oh.
He's trying not to get promoted, and I think he's on the right track for that.
Wait, why is he trying not to get promoted?
Because there was a time in his life where he would wake up to a new promotion, not a promotion offer, but a new promotion. And it got out of hand, and he got told, you're the temporary chief of police while we set up for an election. He then proceeded to be the chief of police for 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah, so now he's just a regular baseline ranger, and he's chillin'.
Yeah.
We keep saying it's inevitable because he keeps doing things.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like the whole like reverse psychology thing where.
No, he
he's
really
like,
doesn't want to be promoted.
That's fair.
Yeah. So is street racing, you're doing it just to learn to drive. Why do you want to learn to drive? You want to be a getaway driver or just...
I'm just not a good driver.
Oh, okay.
And like, I don't know. I feel like it's something where I can not think for a little bit, even if I'm bad at it. It's just take a step back and, you know, be with my thoughts if I have any, and then if there's no thoughts, just kind of vibe out or whatever.
That's me with flying.
Yeah.
I used to race because I just liked going fast. I didn't even care if I won, as long as I just didn't DNF. And because of that, because I was usually middle of the pack, I didn't usually get chased, so I usually got to finish and then just fucking dip.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever need a passenger princess and you don't have another one, I'd be happy to join you. Just don't ocean dump us.
I'll just go do that one in Sandy like I did.
Okay.
So we're not near any.
There's so
well,
little water in Sandy. It's okay.
Yeah. We started by the lighthouse, and I was like, "Are we going this?" I was like, "This might not be good if this track comes up this way," but it didn't go up that
Oh,
far,
there's
so.
a track that starts at the lighthouse?
We park at the lighthouse, so because I guess apparently one time they did it, and cops saw them all parked up one spot, and they all like, you know, got the heads up. So
Makes sense. You mentioned the other day something about blocks. Did you used to be one or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, thing I do when I move to any city is, you know, gotta get money, right? And sometimes
Yeah.
you don't have a job right away or an easy to just go into thing. So I always get a lockpick and just kind of go from there. Well, you know, first place you wake up at, you know, is the apartment. So, okay, I will go to Southside to get one. And Cowboy walked up to me and was like, "Who are you?" And I told him I was new and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, "Okay." And then just kind of threw me in and you know, went from there.
I see. Can't say I know Cowboy, but
He's a shitty person.
oh, okay.
Yeah. He does the whole I lost my memory and all this stuff, but I don't know if he.
Oh wow, we lost our memory. Okay.
We lost our memory. I don't know who you are, but I feel like you're someone special to me. But you know, we're really close, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay, cool.
My sister Veronica had a fiance like that, where they weren't doing well and hadn't been for a long time. So when she finally broke up with him, he was like, "Is there anything else that you want to destroy?" And then a couple months later, he conveniently had a head injury, and the only thing he forgot was her.
Yeah.
You know, we love those. I know the
the
brain
first-
works in funny ways, but goddamn, really?
Well, and it's like the first time the first one I think was actually valid because he did get shot in the he got shot in the head, and a bunch of other shit. So like that one I was with that one, but like when we have a second memory loss within 2 weeks after that, yeah, and then you know your sister conveniently comes to town, and you're telling people that you find them attractive, but
What?
then and then you tell me it's your sister, and I'm like, I don't know about that one because I've had confirmation otherwise.
What?
And then there's another girl that comes out of nowhere who's an ex and dresses exactly like him but female version. So yeah,
He was attracted to his sister, or she wasn't actually his sister?
she wasn't his.
Thank fuck. Okay.
I don't know because
God.
it was that chick Anya Neve.
I don't know who that is, and I think I'm so glad I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she smokes weed like all the time. Like I've
Okay.
never seen that woman without a joint in her hand. Which whatever you do, you boo. But yeah, was apparently his sister. But like he'd be like all over her, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't make sense. But you know what? At this point, I don't care anymore. And then when the ex came back, who dressed exactly like him, but just the female version, I said, I think I'm good.
No, that's fair.
And then when I moved to Polito, I brought all my shit up here, and he told me I owed him $25,000, and I said I don't think so because I provided so much for the group and never asked for a penny of it. So I think we're even.
What was his justification for wanting $25,000?
He said he gave me money for a Fuda, which I paid him back for. He said, no, it might have been not 25. It might have been 10. Because then I also bought a Speedo, but I bought the Speedo and I bought the printer in the van trunk. But he said he paid for it. And I was like, I don't think that tracks, buddy, but okay.
Huh. He just wanted money to replace what you took.
Yeah, and he also paid, like, he got a bunch of fines and had to pay them because apparently the tracers went after him. And so he was like, I had to pay it because he
Okay,
wanted
those
to
are
get
your
us-
fines. Like,
Yeah. Well, he wanted me and him to buy a house together, and I was like, And we looked at some, and I liked them, but I was like, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it's a good thing you didn't get the house together.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't ever like being down on the south side. It doesn't feel like home like Polito does.
Yeah, I feel that. Even when I didn't live in Polito, I either lived in Chumash or North Rockford. But Polito's always been home.
I honestly don't imagine myself anywhere else now because it makes sense on a lot of levels.
Yeah? Like what?
Um, I guess just like the people I've connected with. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't. My social anxiety kicks in a lot, and I mean, it still kicks in, which is why I'm usually like very quiet. That's why I'm more of a texter than a caller. Like I'm okay here, but like big, I don't jump into conversations just to jump into them. So, like, I don't know.
A common trend that I have noticed among a lot of Polito is more than one of them have told me I'm not used to someone caring about me.
Mm.
Is that something you said or would say at some point?
Yeah, and
Well, welcome to
I think,
Polito. We give a shit about each other.
yeah. Well, and I think it's also like because like when I left Southside and came up here, like I talked to somebody from the Southside. I haven't seen him in a long while though, and I was like, I don't know where to go. Like, I honestly don't. And he was like, here's the two options I recommend. You could go hang out in Sandy and maybe get close to Lost and see if that's your cup of tea and those people. And I don't know, I've just never been a Sandy kind of girl, and
Mhm.
Polito was something new that I usually am not drawn to, so just went to there. And he said Polito's filled with really good people, and I think you would fit in
Aw.
maybe a little bit better than you do on the south side.
Aw, who was that?
Pablo?
Oh, I don't know him. Is he a Vago?
No, I think.
Wait, Pablo? Like, big sombrero Pablo?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
That's really nice, considering I've literally threatened to shoot him before, but it wasn't in Polito, so.
That's good. That's good.
It
No
was
crime in Polito.
he was trying to steal he was trying to steal the pigs at La Fuente, so.
Wow. Yeah, we've had very many conversations about that.
Yeah, yeah.
But he wasn't. When I left the blocks, he was not very happy with the blocks either. So he kind of, yeah,
Well, it sounds like you got out just in time. They're committing terrorism.
yeah, and all that shit they did at the wedding. I messaged JJ and I said I have the feeling something's gonna happen with the blocks here, and he said
Honestly,
they'd be stupid.
we all kind of did. We were in the bride's tent when we heard the bus was coming, and we went, "Oh right, so my gun is loaded."
Yeah. Well, the fact that they like would stand kind of in the back where I was standing, because I was just wanting this. I like to watch the bride come in. Then I guess
Mhm.
it's a little different with that kind of wedding. But one of my favorite things about weddings is like when you're going to a quote unquote traditional wedding, I always like to stand in the back and watch the groom when the bride walks in because he's always like super happy, and that's when they do the ugly cry shit, and so I always like to watch that. So so that's usually what I do. And so I stood in the back, and like they just kept like roaming around. Like they'd go near the water and like
Oh,
be in
she's
a circle and
cozy.
chit chat, and then they'd come back. I was like, I don't like this. So and they just do stupid shit. Like,
Well, there was a lot of ugly crying when the brides came out, so.
yeah.
I was telling Gemma and Maisie after they got stabbed that we went to another wedding way back of two of our friends, Charlie and Marcus. And Marcus was one of the leaders of the NBC. I think it was Natural Born Crackheads. They were a gang that hung out in the area where they got married. And while they were doing their vows, a pick-me walked up the aisle, said some dumb shit, and stabbed Charlie, then proceeded to get mag dumped by half of the attendees in NBC. Veronica and I ran over to Charlie, and she said, "Just help me up. Just help me up. We're gonna fucking do this. I'm fine. I'm good." Meanwhile, she's like bleeding out her side. So we literally stitched her on scene and helped her stand at the altar. And she finished her vows and got married, and then went to the hospital. And when I heard that Gemma and Maisie went to go finish the ceremony after surgery, I was like, all right, yeah, that checks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I
glad you're
never-
liking Polito.
Yeah. I never realized that there was that whole area underneath that bridge, though. I was like,
Mhm.
this is so pretty.
Yeah, there's a lot of really pretty spots around the north that people just don't notice. My sunrise spot isn't actually even up north. It's along the east coast, a little further south, just by the power plant.
Oh, okay.
An old friend of mine showed it to me, and it just kind of became somewhere I like to go. There used to be some places up here. I mean, like, there kind of still are, but one of them had this big, tall fire watchtower, and I used to sometimes camp in it if I just needed to get away. But the tower has collapsed. The spot's still there, but the tower's collapsed.
Mm.
Now it's my paperwork spot. I get the social anxiety, though. Were you okay joining the group, or is it
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. It's just one of those things, like, I don't know. Gotta test the waters a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, most of Polito is full of socially anxious people that are socially anxious together.
Yeah. It's like, what is that called? What's the thing? An outgoing introvert. So, like, if I don't know a situation or people or whatever, like, I'm uncomfortable in any way. I'm very introverted, but like, once I'm comfortable, whatever, very outgoing.
No, that makes sense. You gotta come out of your shell.
No. That's why, like, get drawn to certain people like JJ, Vincent, you. Yeah, Simon's getting that way a little bit.
They're good
But it's
people.
also, I have to force myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You all are good people. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the club in general, they're all good. And I don't just say that
Yeah.
because it's my brother's club. Just even independently of him, they're all good people.
Yeah.
Like, Gemma's one of my best friends. Paisley's wonderful. She calls me club sister. Winston hates it, but JJ is a good egg. Simon's hilarious. He comes off rough, but he's not a bad guy. He's really fucking hilarious, though. If you get him a good bit, he will take that shit and he will run. He's got a lot of characters like Hans. I think he's got.
Oh, I've seen Hans.
Have you
yeah.
seen Father? I think it's Bill Paxton.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one.
Ooh, that one's good. I won't spoil it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, he does that one a lot. Why me?
Why not you?
What?
Why not you?
I don't know.
You're an amazing person. You have a lot of aspirations. You give me butterflies all the fucking time. Like, cannot
Really?
even tell you. Can I tell you a weird thing? And I don't know how you're
Sure.
gonna take it. When that guy ran you over, that food blogger guy,
Oh God. Yeah.
something kicked in, and all I wanted to do was protect you in that moment. And yes, it might have been a little bit of a club thing, but it wasn't club thing for me. It was about you in that moment. Like, I've noticed you here and there, but that was the moment.
Oh.
And you are passionate about others, you're passionate about animals, you're passionate about what you do. You help others. And I would like to see what happens. But I'm also not one that pushes things. I want it to go naturally. And if there's ever a point where you're like, I don't feel it anymore, I want to still be your friend at the end of the day.
Can we still be friends?
Yeah.
I come with a lot of baggage. I want to see. I can't say that like I'm only just getting to know you, so I don't really know too much about you yet. But I want to. You're very sweet, and you seem very kind and fun. So I'd like to know more. But if I get to be too much, please tell me.
That goes both ways.
Okay.
Okay, let's pause for 1 second. Have I pushed you too much?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I am very good about vocalizing if I am being pushed. I am just sometimes a little too pushy, I think. Needy? I don't know. It's been a really long time for me, and the last time didn't end well. It ended with me going to rehab and years of therapy. So I will apologize now if at times maybe I seem distant. It's not anything. I feel like this is a bad start with a disclaimer. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Don't apologize. Just be you.
Okay.
That's what I like, Geeky. You. We all come with baggage. I've told you some of mine. So here, I'll tell you some of mine.
Okay.
I'll try to do basic as much as I can because it's a whole thing. So I don't know who. Well, that's wrong. I know who my parents are, but they passed away when I was young. Like, I don't have any memory of them. I grew up with my aunt. I call her mom, but technically Aunt Marie, but I call her mom. She lives back in Chumash, so sometimes I go back and see her. I don't have any siblings. I don't know what my parents did for a living, but I feel like it was top secret kind of shit, and they died because of it. That's kind of all the mom ever tells me. She doesn't tell me much more than that. I told you about my job. That has something to do with that. I don't know what exactly. Mom is very protective of me, so she doesn't tell me shit. It's probably going to be one of those things that I just have to bug her about, but also don't have the energy to bug her about sometimes, so. I have a lot of baggage too, Kiki. But if you'd let me, I'd like to take on some of that baggage and help you carry it.
Okay.
Is that too much?
No, no, no. I'm not used to someone not family offering that.
Is that okay?
No, it is. No, it is.
Okay,
It is.
okay.
I don't have anything so crazy. Just pretty standard middle child being compared to her other siblings and then leaving that life because it was awful and neglectful and being adopted by my wonderful, wonderful parents who are my parents and my... Hold on. What's the number? One moment. It used to be more. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My 5 siblings. It used to be more. Some of them have left the family. But I used to not think much of myself. That I, deserved what I had and bare minimum was fine, and neglect was just not neglect. It was justifiably too busy kind of stuff. And I was just needy. That's how I justified it to myself.
Is there any particular reason you felt like you had to justify that?
'Cause honestly, neither of us were willing to accept that we weren't working, so it took a year. It took a year and both of us avoiding the conversation, and then finally, in the end, not even really being able to say the words. But, it was like 8 years ago at this point. Is it Foggy? Ah, son of a bitch. It's fine. She's distracted. But there's a bunch of stuff outside of that. It's not like a sit down one conversation kind of thing. I'm not like my brother where I'll tell my whole life story in one sitting. I don't have a story time voice like he does. I love him, but I experienced his life story. He likes to tell people his life story, and he'll do it in one sitting, dog. But I want to try this.
It doesn't have to have like a title, label, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It just
Okay.
we can go at whatever pace you want to go at.
I mean, you too.
Yeah, I know, but I'm one of the people that like I know I'm keep bringing this up, but like Cowboy was too fast. It literally was, hey, you're part of the blocks 2 days later, hey, you're my girl. And I was like,
Ooh, that's kind of ick.
like, you don't, like, you know more about me than he ever did. And I was with him, what, a month, 2 months, give or take? Like, I'm gonna admit, I do like you. I am interested in you, very much so. But I also don't want to rush because I've never believed that good things are rushed. And especially when I see value in that person and I see value in the relationship, no matter what
It's
that
so
looks like,
foggy.
romantic or not, you don't rush the good things. And this is a good thing to me. Even like I said before, if it's just at the end of it, you look at me and say we're friends and that's it, and yeah, it might suck. But I would much rather have you as a friend than not in my life at all. Because I know what that's like too.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I had to fix my headset. Alright, and if you do this with me for a little while and you realize, well, actually, maybe she's not all I thought to be, just let me know.
And I want you to do the same.
I
Because
will.
that goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
It's like communication. It goes both ways. Relationships are killed, ended, whatever you want to call it, based on lack of communication. And it's usually, you okay?
Yeah, no, it's just such a concept, communication.
Yeah. And it's very easy to fix. I feel like a lot of things, I don't know. I'm going to talk this out and maybe the word will come to me. But like, I think a lot of things would be fixed if there was communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
It would.
assume things that could be fixed on communication.
It's what I tell Etta all the time.
Yeah. And I understand, like, I mean, even for me, it's not, it's not, it's not because I don't trust people. Well, I don't. But there's also, like, I may trust you. Well, ideally, I would want to trust you more than I trust even, like, JJ, because I may, you know, if it gets more serious than us just whatever, I'm gonna tell you things that I'm probably not gonna tell JJ. But now, granted, I'm gonna have to tell JJ some things, but at the end of the day, you are going to be hopefully the person I go to for everything. I don't know. That sounded really bad. It sounded better in my head, but yeah. Hope that
No,
makes
you're
sense.
good.
And you know, it's the whole comfort thing. Like, I know right now you may not feel comfortable telling me, talking about certain things, but I hope we get there.
I just have to cook.
Yeah, and I'm okay
I-
with you cooking.
I mentioned I've been burned before, so I just need to cook. That's all. But I mean, I want to try this, so that's already a start. I want to try. It's such a weird way to say it. I want to try you. It's such a
okay,
weird
I
way
get
to say it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I do. I do. Was that weird? I'm
Hmm?
that
What?
weird saying I got for like protective of you when that whole situation went down a couple weeks ago, because that
No.
I don't know, that
I
that might sound creepy. I don't know.
Who shot him? I'm very curious, cause
JJ.
oh, okay, cause the cops are like, "Do you know who shot?" And I went, "I didn't know someone shot. I was too busy staring at my bone sticking out of my leg and
Yeah.
screaming in pain."
Yeah. JJ did, because I think JJ was getting pissed off at him, and he wasn't paying attention to, you know, the what, 3-ish guns and a knife that were in his face.
Yeah, apparently he
and-
took out his phone and started vlogging.
Yeah, and I think he said something about us being locals, and I said,
Oh my god.
okay.
How do you feel about telling people?
Okay, let me pause and reverse a little bit. What in this moment right now, what do you call this? I'm not looking for a certain answer. I just curious.
We haven't even gone on the first date yet,
No, we haven't.
so we could say
I'm just getting to know you. Like that's
seeing
kinda-
each other?
Yeah. And oh, that was something I did want to say. I'm not trying to put pressure on you because I feel like I'm going at your pace. Like that's what I want. You call us what we are. So if you want to say that's my girlfriend, if you want to say that's my partner, whatever you want to do, that's going to be on you. And I will be okay with whatever.
Let's start with we're seeing each other.
I can do that.
Because, like I said, we haven't even gone on that first date yet.
No, we haven't.
So,
I mean, this is like, you know, what is it? In D&D, the session 0. or
session
whatever
0?
they do.
Yes,
Yeah, this is kind of what this is, I feel like.
I think so. I like this.
I like it too.
You should probably track me.
Yeah, you could
Especially because I just noticed, I'm okay right now. I just realized how foggy it is, and I have some issues with fog in the past, so
I gotcha.
okay.
I always forget that's the thing. You know the stupid thing I did when I moved up here? Cowboy was still tracking me, and I didn't realize it until like a week. I was like, this
Oh,
dude
God.
could
Did he-
actually... He didn't, but I was like, I don't know if he forgot or something, but I was like, you know, if he was really smart, he would have tracked me, but he never did, so...
Well, it's good that he never did by the time you noticed it.
Yeah, when I moved, what did I do? I woke up kind of during Degen hours because that's kind of when they all start going to bed. I went and I bought an RV, drove it up here, went back to the city, got my... Oh, I didn't have my food. It wasn't impounded. I went and got the van and drove it up here, and then I went to bed. And then I think the next day he texted me and was like, what did you do? And I was like, nothing. And that's when he asked for like money and shit, and I was like, dude, no, that's no.
How'd you meet JJ?
He saw my like Insta posts and stuff and started replying, and then we just connected from there.
Because I'll be honest, when you first came with JJ, I had one of two thoughts. Either, oh, okay, maybe this is a new girlfriend or a hangaround. Those were my first two thoughts.
Yeah, okay, this stays here,
Mm.
but I really do enjoy JJ, but he's not someone that I would see myself with, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got his eye on
Good
someone
friend.
else anyway.
Yeah, I figured because he would make sideways comments to me, and I was like, and then I
Oh
was
no,
like,
JJ 100%. When 'cause people call it an MC, the C stands for canceled with JJ, not club.
oh,
Yeah, no, he is going to get Polito canceled. That's an all the time thing.
No, I don't know. Like, he's a really good friend, and I don't think I would be where I am in life without him, but
He's a
I
good
don't
egg.
know. Yeah, he's a very good egg.
I I do feel a little bad right now because I don't know if he knows. So there's someone he's interested in and is developing
Mhm.
feelings for, and I've been pushing him to, talk to them and communicate with them because he's not sure if they feel the same way. Um,
Mhm.
I don't think he has yet, and today I just found out that they are rekindling an old relationship that has just come back to town.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I don't know how dependable that relationship's gonna be, but he needs to get in that if he wants to try. And I haven't had a chance to tell him yet. But I'm also worried that if I tell him, I mean when I tell him rather, it's gonna just dishearten him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little awkward. I only found out today. Cause Sean and I have this list. We just call it the list. It started as just a joke about Etta. Um and then it kind of expanded, and it's basically happy healthy couples that rub it in our faces. And he put these people on that list, and I went, wait a second, what do you mean? Since when? And he was like, oh, since the day he came back last week. And I was like, oh fuck.
Oh no.
Yep.
I feel like he'll get into sad boy time, and
Probably. He needs to be told.
wow.
I'll figure it
That's
out.
what sucks is when you kind of have that at least the little feelings for someone, and then that happens, and you're just like, well,
Yeah, the thing is, I haven't seen the other person since the day they came back, so like maybe nothing will come of it. So I'm also kind of like, maybe if we just push him to have the conversation, it'll be fine. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll talk with Sean about it because he's usually pretty good at that kind of thing. I've never been good at that kind of news.
mm. I think
Mm.
this way I'm kind of like telling you this stuff that I'm telling you because I think it's important.
I appreciate the trust.
Ooh,
Hmm?
I just had a good question pop in my
What's
head.
up?
What is your love language?
Gift giving.
Okay, that tracks.
It's not even like I don't plan gifts. I will just be out and about and I'll see something, and if I think of a specific person when I see that thing, I will buy it and give it to them. Like, I saw a white fox plushie and I gave that to my brother because it's white like Osiris and he likes foxes.
Yeah. Okay, so reverse of that. What do you like to receive as a love language? Giving to, or
Um, I I haven't really ever thought about it. Um, I'm not used to getting gifts.
do you like to get gifts?
I mean, who doesn't like to get gifts?
I don't like to get
Acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement. Okay, okay.
Um,
I mean, I don't like to get gifts when it's you doing it to avoid something or
yeah, no,
get
that's
out of.
different.
Yeah.
I acknowledgement. I feel like that's oddly specific, probably, but I sometimes will do or say things just to check in, and I don't always expect like an immediate answer or anything, but just I once said I just wanted the bare minimum and I didn't even get that.
I think if you're asking for the bare minimum, I think it sounds bad, but I think I heard it or read it somewhere. Like, if you shouldn't have to ask for the bare minimum. That should just be a thing. Like you want more than the bare minimum, obviously, but you also want more than that. Like, you shouldn't have to ask for someone to be a decent human being as a general thing, right? So,
Right. I guess I'm not used to love language from someone other than, you know, friends and family, which is a little different. Because I know Etta's love language, I know Paisley's love language, I know Sean's and Winston's and my parents. Like, I know all their different ones. I've just never thought about it with a partner, I guess. It's weird to say attention, which I feel like is the same thing as an acknowledgement, but just acknowledging that I exist and being there. Sorry.
I feel like no. You don't need to apologize. Not with me.
Okay.
And I know that's easier said than done because
Nah,
sometimes,
it is.
but you know, when someone says don't apologize and you say I'm sorry like 2 seconds later, you don't have to do that with me.
I had to get trained by one of my therapists a long time ago. Every time I apologized, he would ask me, "Why are you sorry?" And I would have to explain, even if it was wrong or illogical. It just kind of became, anytime someone says, "I'm sorry," I ask them, "Why are you sorry?" I think some people take it as demanding, but it's just a thing I've been taught of just explain why you're sorry, and we can talk about whether it was actually the correct response or not, I guess.
No, I get that. I get that. I'm the same way.
So I try really hard not to apologize unnecessarily, I guess. It's not perfect though.
I mean, that's what makes us human, right?
Mm,
If we were perfect, I don't think we'd be human.
no.
Okay, I'm gonna super rewind.
Okay.
Why me?
Trying to think of how to word it. I feel like the people closest to me will understand what I mean when I say this, but I also feel like, without knowing everything I've been through, this is gonna sound really weird, but you actually tried. You. It makes it sound like the bar doesn't exist, I guess, to be like, oh, you actually put in a little bit of effort and showed some interest, as if like I'm just gonna do that with anyone, but I like eye conversation, and it made me happy, and And when I tested the waters with the "it's a date then" comment, and you immediately jumped on that, I thought I should try this and see if she's serious. I feel like it sounds really weird to explain it like that, but
No. I like hearing your thought process. You're fine.
oh god, I explain my thought process so much to the point of it annoys me sometimes. I apologize ahead of time for that.
It's okay.
I'm very big on context.
Listen, you don't know the whole movie if you don't get the context of the movie.
That's a good way to put it.
Like, you know, if you just see Mufasa get thrown off the hilltop or whatever it was, the cliff, like
Yeah, the cliff.
you're gonna be like, what? How did we get to that point? You gotta have the context of it.
That makes sense, yeah.
So, what made you test the waters in that way?
I don't know, honestly. I just kind of did. I guess I was getting a vibe, and it felt familiar in a good way. So I wanted to see what would happen. And so far, I like it.
Good. 'Cause me too.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the really awkward question. Well, I don't even know.
Okay.
It's not really. It's not. Like, how do I try to think the best way without it being? I don't know. It's not gonna make sense. I feel like.
Okay.
What little names do you like to be called?
Oh,
Because I feel like sometimes some people don't like one of my things that I do when I feel like comfortable with someone, and it's kind of a dick in a way, is if I don't know your name, I'll call you honey. And I had someone one time get very offended for me calling them honey because they said, "I'm not dating you. You shouldn't call me that." And I was like,
oh.
I feel like I need to start asking people that because I don't want to offend anyone, but I also want to like make them feel special in a way. I guess I don't know.
I mean, I remember when I was EMS, I'd always call my patients honey and sweetheart, and I guess the way I was saying it, they were always just like, "Yeah, thank you," and I'd be like, "Oh, honey, are you okay?" But no, I'm usually the one giving the pet names. I don't usually have the pet names directed at me.
Okay, what
So.
ones are those your two that you usually give?
Honey, sweetheart, yeah.
So are you okay with those being reciprocated towards you?
I'd like to think so.
Okay, okay. I feel like my default is like babe and stuff, but sometimes that goes to anybody that I'm like comfortable with.
That's fine.
Was this the conversation you were expecting?
Not really, no, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like, I expected a lot of getting to know each other. I just didn't expect the conversation to just go this far, I guess.
Are you okay with that?
No, I am. I mean, if I wasn't okay with it, I wouldn't have allowed it.
That's a very fair statement.
I am generally I'm not used to receiving affection from someone not super close family and friend, but I am very good at rejecting it if I don't want it. So I once had a guy ask me to be his Discord kitten and I punched him in the face. So
That's okay.
yeah, no, that was a thing. Unfortunately, I think he liked it, so I didn't do that again, but I feel like you're the one asking all the questions, and I haven't thought to ask any.
Do you have any that like you want to ask, or something you're like, oh, I had that question and I forgot about it. Now I just remembered it. Like,
I'm usually a ask them as they come kind of thing. Do you have a problem with dogs?
not at all.
Okay, good, because I do have a service dog.
Okay. What's their name?
Her name's Aurora.
Okay.
She's
think it
resting right
Might
now.
have been her.
Maybe.
okay.
I can't remember if she's been out and about when you have. I need to get her license renewed. It's actually a little overdue, but Anna's been sick anyway, so. Do you have any names that you don't like being called?
Nothing that. No, I can't think of any. So I would say
I do
no.
love a good pet name. So I tend to just throw them out and see what sticks.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Do you have a favorite animal?
A narwhal.
Really? Why the narwhal?
Because they're the unicorn of the ocean.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it was from watching Elf, and then it just kind of stuck from that.
Okay.
And then I heard that unicorn of the ocean thing, and I said, yeah, that's gonna be my favorite. Yep.
That's a unique one, though. I like it.
Yeah. And they're just goofy looking things. I don't know. Like,
They're funny
you
little
know,
guys.
Yeah. You stuck a cone basically on a whale and said that's a narwhal.
That's a creature.
Yeah.
Just a giant tooth sticking out of their face.
Yep.
I was literally thinking that, Charles. I can't think of anything right this second. Oh, I will probably inevitably tell my brother and Gemma.
Oh God.
Yeah, no. My brother will probably grill you. I don't know about Gemma. Oh. Is that a tick? I
No,
noticed
just
you've
a
done it
ner-
a few times.
Just nervous. Shit.
It'll be fine. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm already trying to impress them on one level. Now this. Oh shit.
It'll be fine.
Will it?
Yeah. Because they also know that I wouldn't do something I don't want to do.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just expect probably Winston at least to say something.
Okay, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what's up? Put in a good
Can
word
you
for you?
give
Is that what
me-
you want?
That's what?
Oh, do you want me to put in a good word for you or something?
No. Just let me know when you tell him, so I kind of have like at least some knowledge of when it's coming, kind of thing,
Okay.
and not just, you tell him tomorrow morning, and then he comes up to me, the next day, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, no worries, I will. I did tell Sean and Etta about Wednesday.
Oh, and what they say to that?
They're, they're very happy for me.
Good. Vincent and
They've,
JJ know.
Okay.
Yeah, those
They've
are like,
they're with me throughout my entire last relationship, so they're very happy for me right now.
good. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't have anyone like that, so those two
I am
have
very
been the
lucky.
two.
Well, they're good. JJ is a good egg, and Vincent is definitely my brother's hang around.
Yeah, and he didn't know till last night that he was.
Wait, really?
Yeah, we were out with, who was it?
Wait,
JT and Simon?
did my brother take him on as his fucking jacket and not tell him?
Yeah, he found out last night. I also found out that Simon and JJ are like double teaming it with me, so I was like, oh, I knew.
God,
I
my brother
figured
is so
JJ.
dumb. He's so smart, but he's so dumb.
I don't even remember how it came up, but like Vincent was like, well, I was like, well, it kind of makes sense though. I feel like that tracks. So
Are you officially JJ's hang around, or are you like pre-hang around?
I think it'll be official on Monday. It looks like.
Might be tomorrow.
Well, I got a text from JJ and he said Monday. So
Just now, or
yeah, just like a little bit. ago.
okay, so they decided against it because I do know that
Yeah.
Paisley was trying to maybe suggest tomorrow instead of Monday.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
They're good with each other, so I think I hope you like it.
And that's why, like, you know, I'll always tell you where I'm going. You can always track me. You don't need to ask for permission. You can always track me. Okay?
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna freak out because I know a lot of people freak out when people track them, but you know,
I typically do I do checks, even if it's just like a check mark back or a thumbs up or something. Like the Sydney check I did earlier, that's usually my thing. I try not to track people too much just because I don't want to feel overbearing, I guess.
that makes sense. It's fine with me. So,
Plus, sometimes when you guys are off doing things, the less I know, the better.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But like, what was it? Yesterday, I think it was. JJ was like, "Let's go do something," and then he ran off, and I was like, "Okay." So I tracked him, and then I think it was when something was going on, and it popped out of nowhere. Oh, it was Thursday. It was Thursday stuff popped up.
Oh, was that the street race thing?
Yeah,
I heard that was dumb.
yeah, it was dumb. My allergies saved me. Apparently, I keep having allergies near Roundhouse, and they were
Oh.
doing a track around there. And I was like, well, and I came back, and I was like, I'm just gonna go hang out in Play-Doh because
Oh no!
And then that all popped off, and I was like, okay, well,
Love that for you.
yeah, it's great. That's what we were. I think we were kind of. Alara was wanting to test was my allergy, restrictions. I can do
Mhm.
near the docks. I can do in city. Oh my God, Sandy. But apparently not in that area. It's really weird.
I haven't been in Tongva in a while. I used to have a medic who, she couldn't go south of Vinewood. She could only be in the county.
Yeah, I've heard of people having that.
Now, as much fun as I'm having here, we do have to go back because I need to eat.
Okay.
Unless you have food.
I do not.
Okay. One of the side effects of how bad off I was I fucked up my body chemistry so bad that I can't feel when I'm hungry. So now I live off timers. And mine went off a little while ago.
Well, you should have told me. We could have
I
gone
was
back.
having a good time.
I was too.
Let's go. Oh,
Oh,
that's fine.
two different thoughts. It's
Wasn't
fine.
expecting that. Okay.
Do I need to put you down?
No, no, no. Please, uppies.
Okay.
I love them.
Yeah, you can always ask for uppies.
Onyx Wolf, thank you for the 17 months.
Do you want me to put you down before we get it closer to town?
No, that's fine.
Okay. You know, it was dark, and now I'm like, okay, I know where we're going. Yeah. I'm glad you have people that are very protective of you, though.
Sometimes it almost feels too protective.
Why do you think that? Or why do you say that?
I have this thing where sometimes I used to wallow and stress and freak out over things, and now it's an issue I'm reminding myself of. I had a conversation with Gemma about it today. I feel like I underreact with things, and I think people don't realize how I do feel, because I tend to underplay it sometimes. Because, like, sometimes it's like, why suffer if there's nothing I can do about it? You know?
Yeah, I getcha. Well, and it's also like, you know, you have to gauge on what. How do I explain this? Like, you might be able to. It's like the whole baggage thing, right? You might feel like I can carry this on my own, so I don't need to tell anyone or worry about anyone or waste the time and energy that it takes to do this when I'm not worn out. I'm not spending a lot of time doing it. I don't know if that makes sense. That was just me blabbing.
No, Gemma said basically the same thing. I just tend to forget. There was a time where I was stalked and kidnapped by a man for... He stalked me for like 3-4 months, and then one day he took me from my driveway. And he said a bunch of things and carved a smiley face in my back and left me for dead, and 911 for my girlfriend at the time to come get me. And the next day, I had so many people, more people than I had ever even imagined even knew who I was, saying they would burn down the city to get revenge for me, and it was overwhelming.
Mm. Oh, by the way, I need to hunt down that local that hurt you earlier, so.
Yeah, they're probably very gone by now.
Mm.
It was just some guy in a box truck, not a big deal.
Oh, it's always a box truck.
Yeah, and like the weirdest thing was that like he stopped for a while and yelled at Etta, who was trying to pick me up off the ground, and then got impatient when she didn't pick me up quick enough and ran us over again, and Etta was still fine.
Oh my god.
She's got an ass like a dump truck. We've watched her get hit by multiple cars, and they just stop when they hit her ass. It's true, though.
Yeah. What was it? I broke off JJ's door with my dumpy, so, you know.
Nice.
I get it. I get it, yeah.
Usually I break off Winston's door with my face.
Oh. think JJ does the thing where he kind of stops, and so I'm like,
And
okay, I'm
then,
getting
you know,
out.
you think you're good and then they move again? Yes.
And then
Thank
they yell at
you.
you, and they're like, wait till I stop. I'm like, well, you
But you
kind
did!
of did.
Not only did you stop, you were in the parking spot. What the fuck were you doing?
Yeah. And
Well,
or
I
you
wasn't
pulled
straightened out
over.
enough. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Go-Go's or emissary?
We can do emissary. I don't get to have emissary very often. Is it still open?
Please
Oh,
don't.
God.
Thank you. Are they still
Besides,
open?
yeah, they're both still open. Besides, I was fine. I popped a couple stitches, but there wasn't even any blood. Wait, a ranger? Is that my dad? No, because my mom would have said they were around.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is that my dad?
No, it's Danny.
No? Oh, okay. It's Danny? Oh, okay. That's fine. Marcy.
I don't think I'm anyone's daddy.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
I feel so uncomfortable.
What the fuck? Anyway.
I've been telling him not
Oh,
to
Ivy,
bring coke.
hi.
Oh.
I wanted to get some food from the emissary.
Okay. What would you like?
Can I get 2 fish and chips and 2 strawberry smoothies?
Yeah.
Sydney, do you want anything?
Make that double of whatever she ordered. I
Oi.
zoned out for a minute. Make it easy.
So I guess 4 and 4.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Good. Yay, I get to